Hello, tribe. Low connection, it's saying. I'm live from Miami. My roomie's showering. We're at the Hilton in Miami at UPW event. I'm very excited to be here. Yesterday was the Walk of Fire. That was epic. And there's something that only people who kind of walk out or do these kind of things would understand or know, and you kind of have to do them consistently to understand what it is. And I thought, man, if I was just starting, or if I hadn't been pushing myself this hard in a growth space. Hi Gina, oh my god, I miss you guys so much. Who else is here? If I hadn't been like really pushing myself to grow so hard, I wouldn't understand what I was about to tell you guys. So I'm actually really curious who's experienced this and who hasn't, and I hope this is really supportive for other people who are, ready to really step into the business or in their purpose or in the growth space. So there's this thing that happens. Oh, I wonder if you guys can see that plane real quick. Not that good, huh? The electricity went out last night, and the fire alarm went off last night after the Walk of Fire, and we got home at like 1:30 in the morning. And then showered and got to bed at 2, and then at 2:30 the fire alarm went off, and then we had no electricity. It was pretty epic. So I'm exhausted tonight. Hi, Maud. Here's what happens. It's only happened a couple times to me. Actually, it happened to me one time in school in kinesiology class. So it was like 9 hours of full focus studying and taking classes, and I was done. My brain was done. I tapped out, and I told the teacher, like, there's no more point in staying here anymore because I'm done. But this is like, that was the only other time I could feel my brain was done, because I have trained myself to be able to go basically 12 hours of full focus, and I can't do it like, I can do it back to back for about 4 days. That's the most I know. Of course I did, Paul. Yes, I walked on the fire. Could you picture me going to an event and not doing something? That's not real. Yes, of course I did. It was epic. I learned a lot from it, actually. I'll share that another time. I actually learned a lot. But there's this thing that happens called the brain scramble. Not called, I just made up that name. I made up the name brain scramble. But it's really important to actually know that this happens. It's the space where it's like two different things. I keep saying low network connection. I hope it's not cutting out. There's like two different things that happen. There's the space where like you're learning so much so fast that your brain starts to like blow. So basically what's in your head is so now disconnected from what your reality looks like that you get this like brain scramble. It's like your brain is trying to make sense of the reality that's in your head with the reality that's in the world, your current world right now. So I call it the brain scramble. It's happened to me quite a few times, every time I go to immersion events usually, but then it's happened a lot of times, even on coaching, when I'm in the room with these really powerful, incredible people. Hi, Saya. Hi, Ruth. Oh, yes, I'm glad. So like even when I'm in the room with really powerful people and you just start asking questions or you just start picking their brain, like I asked one of the platinum people, we had like our own breakfast space this morning. So I started picking the brain of a German guy that I met, and he's writing IA for, he learned at BMW and he owns an IA company, and I'm not going to get into what he does. But anyway, like I was just picking his brain, and he drops this one liner, like the concept is what my blog was from earlier. I know I'm a little bit all over the place because I have brain scramble, but I'll try to stay on track for you guys because it's actually really important and I think it'll really help you. So we were talking about the concept. One of the things that Tony had mentioned is basically like give yourself a taste of what it feels like. Do you know what I mean? So like, let's say you join the Diamond Mastermind and you fly with us to Bali and you hang out in Bali with us and you're on the Zoom every single month with us and you get to know the girls and, you get my coaching, on the thing. You're learning how to do the coaching. Maybe you're my private one-on-one client. You get my one-on-one client, my one-on-one coaching each week. You're in, and then, you kind of fade away from it. Or maybe you decide to take a month or two off and you go away and you're like, holy crap. Like you got a taste of what it feels like to be around that energy, a taste to be around those people, to be traveling the world, to be getting that, so much consistent, support. And then you go away from it and you don't have it anymore. Or like that's happened to me. I've gotten a taste of what something was like. And then, hi, Danielle. And then sort of, had to go away from it. And the example that Tony was giving was, he was living in this crappy apartment and then hired this huge mansion that he moved into. And it was supposed to only be for a few months and just to really get those high vibes back. And then it was like, no way, I'm leaving this. I'm not leaving. And then what happens is you begin to calibrate. So it would be very much like, before we had a cell phone, we were like, oh, cell phones are so amazing. But then if someone took your phone away now, you would be like, no, like I'm not living without a cell phone now that you know what it feels like. So you would naturally, before you have something and know what it tastes like, you will fight for it much less than if you get a taste for it. And now you've calibrated. The standard is I'm going to live my life with that. My life gets to be this way. It's become a standard. You will actually energetically shift. Energetic set point for what you're available for begins to change. So we were talking about, what would we do? One of my patterns in the past has been like, I'll crush it, absolutely crush it, make 84K in one day. And then I'm like, it's no big deal for like a month. I'll just take a month or two off. I don't actually take it off, but I really just don't push myself very hard. And this might sound annoying to you, if you're starting out or anything, but the real truth is I'm this successful without actually even trying very hard. I really don't try very hard. And that frustrates me and it pisses me off, right? Because I know what I'm capable of and I see. So one of the, I was like, what would get me to try as hard as I do the months when I crush it all the time, right? Just like it used to be, I used to because I had to and because I wanted to take care of my kids and I was getting out of survival. But now that I'm really just locked into what I desire and going to that next level and there's no survival going on anymore, I find it more challenging to lock into that. So it's been a journey, but I always find a way to do it, right? I've learned a process to get myself there. But every time I up level, it's a new level of, okay, now what's going to be the thing that's going to cause me to want to show up really big? And one of the things that we were talking about was getting a taste of it. And so people will say something and you want to wish, you want to wish you didn't even hear it. Like, la, 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 I'm going to pretend you didn't say that, right? So one of the things this German guy says to me who he owns IA company, he says, I should hire 10 new people on my team. It's like, la, 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 I don't want to hear that, right? Because you hire 10 new people on your team, you get a taste of these people and they're supporting you and they're showing up so big. And then you're just like, I don't, and of course I just joined, it's like 115,000 total that I'll be investing in the Platinum Partnership, which calls my ass to more, obviously. And then on top of that, pulling in new people for the team. And I definitely wanted to block my ears and check out. But it's one of those things that really just pulls you to the next level. And then, of course, I do the work, right? I instantly do the work. So once I see something, even if I want to stick my fingers in my ears, I don't. I look right at it. So I look the thing dead in the eye and I just start coming up with what are all the reasons and excuses I like to give myself for any of the things going on in my life and how I'm holding myself back. And then you start looking at these things and you realize oh, this is it right here. I'm really giving myself permission to just kind of fuck off in my business. And I can if I want to, that's fine. Nobody says I have to, but I really have a passion to lock into, I really desire to leave a massive impact and to help as many people as I can. And if I have the ability to help more people, to give more value, to help people get more results, to help, bring healing or transformation to the world, why am I not? So it's really about rooting and locking back into the thing that really matters to you and then calling yourself to a place where you get a taste. This is the thing most people won't do. They won't invest before they're ready. They won't put themselves in a position where they get a taste of it and now they don't want to lose it. But another way to get at the taste is really getting in the room with other people, powerful people who have the results that you're looking for or who are living the same kind of way that you're wanting. You're so absolutely going to get a taste of what it's like. You see how they're living. You feel like you belong. You belong here in this room. You belong at this table. Even when I joined the Platinum Partnership, there's billionaires in there. And my mantra for myself was I belong here. I belong here. I belong here. Until I felt it inside of my body. No, I belong here. Even though, my business scaled so fast and it was just 4 years ago that I was a welfare single mom. I just kept reminding myself, you belong here, you belong here, you have a lot of value to offer. Because, the story was oh my God, I'm going to be the person who has nothing. I'm going to learn from everyone, but what can I possibly give these people? I have nothing to give, right? So all these patterns and stories come up. And then you you lock in that you belong here. Like, I'm a human being who desires and longs for nothing more than to just give back, show up huge, bring healing and transformation to the world, give as much value as I possibly can, learn how to be a human being who has more value to give, learn how to be a human being who actually can provide more massive transformation and has more to offer people. And that fired me up enough to, of course, want to move forward and join. And then it's just locking deeper into that to call yourself to that place where, like, you're tasting something, like get a taste of something that you won't turn back, scale your life that way. So it's one of those things that I know most people will never do, and we all have all these stories and excuses why we're not going to do it. And obviously how it always works out, and just so perfectly and ironically, this is all the stuff we're doing in the Life on Fire program. So it's something that I had already locked into. Like, I got the reason that I show up so consistently and have scaled so fast is because I lock into desires over and over, and I've scaled so fast that I've had to do it over and over and over and over. What are my values? What really matters to me? Why am I going to get out of bed, hop on this Facebook Live and do all the things? Why am I going to podcast and learn how to hire, learn how to fire, learn how to SOP, learn how to do the finances, learn how to do the new technology platform, whatever the thing is? Like, what actually is going to motivate me to do it? Can we taste diamond? Yes, girl, I will describe it to you for your taste. And I actually don't have a problem with people coming in and not committing because of this concept. People have asked me before, like, why am I okay? Why? Because I've had mentors who've made me pay for an entire year, like come hell or high water. And there's ways that served me. It really did serve me. But my heart's in a different place, and I'm really okay with people, like, you come into Diamond, it's a month-to-month basis. Obvious results if you're staying in 3, 6, 12 months. And you have long-term vision, you're going to get way more powerful results. But also, if you get a taste of it, you get a taste of it. I know that's going to serve you as well, you know? So that is why I do month-to-month in my Diamond Mastermind. But the point being, right, so because I had to learn how to do this skill, right? So as a mom who just couldn't even put food on the table for my kids, like, I was like, how do I literally pay all my bills and put food on the table? To, that's why I'm doing this, to, I want to take my family on vacation, to, I want to take my dad to Maui so he can see my brother's land and his home, and that's like his, you know, my brother's definitely my dad's favorite, you know, and then to going from like, okay, well, the kids are getting sick all the time, I think it's from the winters and from where we live, it's like, I want to move them somewhere warmer, see if they can thrive better, see if, you know, they do better, and my daughter did get better. And it's like, you know, locking into something new. I want to take care of my parents when they're older. I don't ever want my kids to have to stress about what it feels like I have to take care of my parents. I want them to feel, you know, free to go chase their dreams. And mom's all set. She's all taken care of. I don't have to worry about her. And so I just kept scaling what the next reason and value was. And it's been very vital and important because that's how I make so much money. Nobody gives a shit about money. You don't care about money. It's the energetic exchange that gets us the experiences and feelings that we want. And if we don't know what those are and we're not clear on those, you're going to wonder why you're not making money. But that's why. Because why are you making money? If that money's not designated somewhere that really actually matters to you, you're not going to do it. Or like anything else in the planet. So the exciting thing about Life on Fire, which is why it's called Life on Fire and not like Money Mastery or like a money program, even though the whole point is to make more money than you've ever made before by aligning your values, desires, your passions, your purpose. But it's really about every area of your life, because once you lock into what you and drives you, you're going to use that for every area of your life, for fitness, for how you're eating, for, you know, connecting with friendships, breaking through. If you're anything like me, I'm such an introvert, or I have social anxiety usually. And even my friend that I'm here was like, I'm so proud of you, because I've been breaking through all of that stuff. So you use it in every single area of your life to continue to scale every area of your life till your life and your business is designed in a way that you absolutely love it. So when you wake up, you're genuinely looking forward to your day. And then you bring all that energy into everything that you do. And we work through whatever the money stories are that are not in alignment with your... Sometimes people's aren't. Like, it's real. Every once in a while, like, you're going to have a money story that's not in alignment with your values, or you're actually out of alignment with your integrity and values, and we just shift that back into place or change the story. One of the two are going to happen. We change what we do, or we change our perspective on it, right? Yes, love this. Yes, Ms. Ruth. So I hope that wasn't too all over the place, because my brain is a little bit fried, but it's so good. So just in case I didn't actually make that point clear, the brain scramble is when you learn so rapidly and so fast, and you have such a level of honesty with yourself, like super vulnerable honesty to yourself, like being super stupid honest. And then you're like looking at the reality of your life versus the reality that you can see in your brain. And it's, yeah, this brain scramble that happens. Or it challenges old beliefs that you have, and you're starting to see through something that maybe somebody taught you. They taught you it was a certain way. Maybe it's a religious belief. Maybe it's a belief about what, what's in the world or what's available for you. Maybe it's a belief that you've been holding on to of a story from, something in your past that you thought somebody else has to show up a certain way in order for me to feel how I want to feel. And you start realizing it was never about them. This is an internal thing. So whatever it is, it's like, things will get challenged. And when we hold on to something that's our identity, when somebody challenges it, it can be really destabilizing. Like I remember, hi Diana, hi Karen. I remember when I first started to acknowledge that I didn't actually believe in hell. I really didn't believe in hell. It never made sense to me, but I was terrified because I was told if I don't believe in like the whole Christian story that I was going to go to hell. So I thought, well, basically I was taught if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to go to hell. However, if you don't believe in hell, now you're opening the spiritual door to like demonic presence, basically is what I was taught. And then that'll start just kind of like filtered, like everything will start coming through, and then before you know it, you're just going to be worldly and you're going to believe everything that the scientific community believes or whatever, and you're not going to be a good Christian, and then you won't believe in Jesus and you're going to end up in hell. So it was like you can't be open to anything, because if you're open to anything or you acknowledge anything, then you're going to believe everything and then you're going to go to hell. So it was terrifying for me to face this. I was in Bali and I was walking into their temple doing this like beautiful water thing, but the temple was dedicated to a god, and I remember asking the Balinese, like I was shitting my pants. And I remember asking the Balinese guy, like, why would you let me, like, I don't believe in the same God as you. Why would you want me to go in your temple if I'm worshiping my God? And he was like, oh, and he had this most beautiful smile. And he was like, oh, it's only one God. You're free to worship your God. And my mind was blown. Like, could you picture that Balinese person walking into my church that I grew up in, and him saying, and my pastor or anyone in my church saying to him like, oh, you're so welcome here. You're welcome to worship anyone you want. Yeah, right. That is the last thing that would happen. And that's what real love is, right? And I don't mean to challenge anyone's beliefs. My belief is that you have to just be honest about what you believe, regardless of what anybody else is telling you, right? That's it. My only challenge for you for that kind of stuff is just like, let's start telling ourselves the truth and asking, do I really believe this? That's it. But it was really destabilizing is my whole point. Like, I remember just feeling completely out of balance, and like basically my entire identity, what I believed about what existed, about humanity, about what happened, my purpose on the planet. So I always thought my whole purpose on the planet was to save people from hell. So if my purpose isn't to save people from hell, then what the hell is my... And it just opened up so much stuff for me. It was insane, and it was very destabilizing. But it doesn't have to be something so dramatic to feel destabilizing. It can be something like I went through so much trauma that I can never be normal, right? And so I have to like learn how to be socially acceptable the way I am, rather than just understanding that you already are and everybody else feels that same way too. And so we feel like I'm all alone. Like I'm out here on this island, nobody's ever been through as much shit as me, and this is so hard for me, and I'm a terrible mom, and this is why, and the reason I show up messy and I don't keep my word to myself is because all the stuff I went through, and whatever our bullshit stories are. And that starts to get challenged, and we're like, oh my God, right? It was never about them, it's an internal thing. Hell yes. Hi Katie. Hi Andrea. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. I'm in a big love fest with my tribe tonight. I just love you guys right now, and I miss you. I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for being on the live with me. So when you start challenging some of those old beliefs, which by the way takes an incredible amount of courage, like an incredible amount of courage, because now you're being naked enough to take off your identity and then exist in this world without it. It's like taking a blankie away from a baby, right? It's like taking that identity away can be so scary. But what I'm telling you is what'll happen is it'll cause fog in your brain. You'll get to the edge of what you're familiar with. Like, this is what I know, and now you're stepping into something new, and there's like this unknown or this fogginess. So, on my one-on-one calls, people will be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I feel like I should be able to answer this, but I can't. And I'm like, nah, this is the good space. Now we're getting to the place that's beyond what's already familiar to you. We don't want to sit on the phone like, do you really want me to sit there and talk to you about all the things you already know and what you're already familiar with, stuff that you already have answers to? Or do you want me to ask you things I have no idea, because you're actually going to a different place than you've ever been to. So, I teach my clients like, no, we're celebrating this. You're getting to a space that's outside of what's already familiar to you and what you already know. And that's really good. But that's really powerful about immersion events. That's powerful about programs that you go through and all of that kind of stuff. So it's actually not, it's amazing and incredible to have a brain scramble, or to have that fog come in because you're entering into a new place, or to feel completely naked, like the whole planet's looking at you because somebody just, a belief that got challenged stripped you of your identity, and now you're like standing naked in front of the whole planet, which is basically what it feels like to me anyway. That would be how I was completely naked and raw. Courage makes me think of what I need to really be on fire. Familiar needs no courage. 100%. Karen just nailed it. I'll read that again. Courage makes me think of what I really need to be on fire. Familiar needs no courage. It's so true. It requires so much courage to be honest with ourselves and to just be like, what am I bullshitting myself about? Like, what's fucked up in my life and I'm not addressing right now? What do I desire that I'm not being honest about? What do I think is bullshit that I'm not admitting? And what am I friggin' really done with dealing with? Like, I'm not putting up with that anymore. I'm absolutely done with that thing. And what do I need for support to break through that, right? So if you know, like, okay, let's say Life on Fire, the program coming up. If you knew, okay, I really am not locked into my passion. And this is how you know if you're locked into your passion. Look at the results. We just look backwards from the results. If we look at what we're thinking, a whole bunch of mischief can go in there. Just, are you waking up lit up? Are you super excited about your life? Do you fucking love your life? Do you feel lit up and happy and excited every single day? And do you love your business, and are you getting results in your business? So, if people will message me and ask me like, hey, Mandy, like, what are the details, Basically, I just find out what they know, because what else do you need to know? Like, that's how my life is. I've done the work to get those results. I've been so blessed to meet the most incredible people along the way and have the most horrific experiences that also taught me exactly what I needed. And if that's your desire, then let's go. Like, that's what this program is. That's what we're going to be doing in this program. So the whole entire intention is basically, let's get beyond what you already know. Let's do a little bit of a brain scramble. Let's get a little bit naked in front of the whole universe. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll actually look back and be like, that was so much fun. It's like you feel alive and you feel excited and lit up. And even though it feels challenging in the moment, and even though, we're scared because we're like, I've already tried this a bunch of times, it's not working, I failed. Or like, I don't know if I'm ready to scale and go to that next level. I don't know if I want to look at these things. Come on, you got this. It always works out. You'll find a way. One of the things that they said at the event tonight was like, find a way. And I wrote in my notepad, find a fucking way. Like, you find a way. No. None of that bullshit. Because if you're really ready to do this, if you're really ready to leave an impact on the planet, if you're ready to use the wisdom, the knowledge, everything you've been through to really make a difference, to give back, to become a human who has more value to give, knows how to transform lives better, like someone who has like substance and value to bring to the planet and give to people, like to be a giver and somebody who has so much to give. I mean, that is incredible. Don't we all want to live that way? And it's like, okay, am I willing to show up and actually break through this shit and get my my fire locked into my body, and then design my business and my life in a way that supports me to do that, and then make sure that my money stories are in alignment with my values and the impact that I really want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Yes, got to be less hesitant to enter into the brain scramble. Right now the idea makes me feel nauseous. Girl, let me just tell you, if I'm being really honest, you can ask my friend, he's right here. And it was funny because the guy in front of me, he's been in platinum for a while, was like, yeah, we have people throw up. Like, so throw up. I mean, I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm being really honest. Like, so throw up. Like, is throwing up going to stop us from, like, being the kind of human being has so much value to bring to the planet, and we're transforming lives left and right? Like, so I threw up. You know what I mean? Like, I've thrown up before. I definitely have. I've thrown up in the middle of trainings, facing things in my life and stuff like that. And it's just the nervous system readjusting. It's no different than like when you're running and you end up throwing up because you're running so hard. It's just your nervous system's unfamiliar, and it's way of adjusting. It's actually not bad. I know, like, I'm saying so many dramatic things. I feel like I'm not filtering extra because the filter is shut off right now. But this is part of the journey. This is a really big part of it. And the best news is this is the funnest way to do it. Like, when you're locked into why the hell you would show up differently, right? Like, the person you are now, right now, and how you show up in life gets you the results that you have. So, let's say you hopped in the Diamond Mastermind and, the $3,000 a month, and you're like, I don't know how the hell I would pay $3,000 a month. You would have to actually grow into a different version of you. And that is the whole damn point. It's the whole point, right? So you make a commitment that you're required to grow into a new level and a new version of you. And that is the whole point. So whether it's Life on Fire, the All Access Pass, the Diamond Mastermind, becoming a private one-on-one client, any other things that are on your radar for you to invest in your life, the whole point was to become a different level version of you. If I stayed the person I am right now, making this investment that I made, and then whatever I get a taste of the next level, it would have been an incredibly horrible decision, like incredibly horrible decision. But I know, like, I'm doing it. The whole point of doing it was to become a different level version of me, because I now am required to show up at a different level, which is a really incredible place to be. It's not comfortable. I almost threw up, but it's how I do life. It's why I scale so fast. I lead myself. I don't ask you guys to do anything I don't do myself. I know what it feels like. I know the excuses we like to use, and I also know how powerful it is to step into it, which is why I love selling and I love having offers for you guys, because I know what it does for you. Even just the act of saying yes to yourself and saying, nope, that's it. I'm done now. No, I'm not living anymore like this. And then you actually say yes to yourself and you go online and you make that payment. That's it. The transformation has already begun. That's a massive part of the transformation. Just believing in yourself enough to step forward and do that, and to do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again, right? Like every single year that goes by, every single month, every single few months that goes by, I'm adjusting and changing things and shifting things because they're not working how I want them to. It's not like I'm some genius who figured out my master plan from the very beginning. I scale fast, I make money, but I'm designing a business that is my dream business to really impact the world. So there's, and you just keep doing it. I needed to hear that. Love you unfiltered. Oh, I'm so glad, Gina. Oh my God, that was me yesterday. I felt a bit shaky and I felt like I was on some weird drug and I was nauseous. Wow. Yeah. Don't be afraid of it. It's okay. It's literally just your nervous system adjusting. It's no big deal. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? We throw up and then we bust out the next level? So be it. It's totally fine. No big deal. You can have some peppermint tea and then go bust out your life and find a way. The two new mantras, my two favorite mantras. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be done in a second. I'll go with you. My two favorite mantras ever are, I will not quit so long as I don't quit today, and find a fucking way. Those are definitely like so locked into me right now. And then the other mantra I've been using is, I'm the strongest I've ever been right now. Like, just remind myself of everything I've been through. Like, oh, you want to pretend this is hard, Mandy? Like, oh, you can't do this now. You can't scale to this level. Like, girl, look at all the shit you've been through, all the stuff in your life, and you're the strongest you've ever been right now. And I've been really, really locking into that one. Like, that's so true. I got this. I love it. And I know as I lead, I have the ability to keep leading people. Today I feel fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Diana. Find a fucking way. Yes, find a way. Isn't it good? I wrote it in huge bold letters in my thing. And I showed it to my buddy and I was like, we're going to need this year. Like, I'm going to put that somewhere and I'm going to want to take it down. And I used to have one up on my desk that said, try again, 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 again. And I was like, yeah, there is no end. There's no like, oh, well, but I tried this and this and this. Great. Well, now you've learned what worked and what didn't. Go again. Try again. Try again. Try again. Try again. Try again. Do it until. That's it. And it was a good reminder that they said at the event today. They were saying, you know, they did a game and like, did you feel like you failed at the game or something if you didn't win? And they were like, you didn't fail if you didn't quit. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't, you learned something. Like, you screwed up. If you tried this again, do you think you'd do better at the game? Yeah, would do better the second time. Great. Then you didn't fail. You know what I mean? Like, unless you quit. If you quit, then you fail. But as long as you learn something from what you're doing and you're tuning in, what worked, what didn't, and you just keep shifting and going to the next level and figuring out, find a way. That's it. And the whole reason that we will find a way is because we're locked into the thing. That's why Life on Fire is something I'm so passionate about, because once you're locked into the thing that actually drives you and motivates you, you're unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. Like the example I give, like if your kid is across the street, oh, that was a good example. You know, if there was a house on fire and you had to go into the house and I told you there's $100 bill on the bed, would you go in the house? Would you like walk into a house that's on fire to go get that $100 bill? Right? And everybody would be like, fuck no. But if your kid was in there, if your daughter or your son or your mother or husband or wife were laying in that bed, would you go in that house? Of course we would, because that's who we are. And no hell or high water would stop us. And that's what you're tapping into. You're tapping into that part of you that's like, I'm not going to stop and ask you, how do I do it if my daughter's in there in the bed or my son's in there on the bed? you couldn't stop me. I'm not going to stop and talk to you. I'm not going to ask you how. I'm not going to anything. I'm going to move heaven and earth, and I'm going to launch bodies, and I'm going to rearrange the entire planet, and I'm going to make oxygen stand still, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I need to do to get my child out of that house. And that's just what it is, right? And there's actually a way to bring that type of passion, stop obsessing so much about how, and we actually just start showing up to a whole new level. I'm definitely losing my voice. It's scratchy from yelling so much. Yes, kind of like JCTFD or whatever those letters are. Yeah. Yep. I took my bracelet off just earlier because we were doing the fire thing and I didn't want any metal on, but just calm the fuck down. Hashtag JCTFD. That is my I cannot wait till that bracelet's out. It's going to be so great. And I think these other mantras are going to be stuff that's on our mugs and our bracelets too. So they're coming along. I like how me and the tribe collaborate on these things. Because in the beginning, I wanted to do mugs like a year and a half ago. And I was like, I have no idea. I don't know. I put it was stressful. And I was like, forget it. And I knew they would eventually come out, right? Like the more you do life with people, the more these funny things come out. Not that that has anything to do with anything. However, it is true. Hi, Macy. Oh my God. Hi, girl. I haven't seen you in a bit. I'm just wrapping up. Make sure you go back from the beginning. I shared some good stuff. So if you're interested, I got a bunch of messages. People were asking what the offers were. So I'm just going to cover it one more time really quick so that actually I'll continue to cover them because we got new people popping in all the time. Oh, if you're on the replay, let's do we'll do hashtag find a way. If you're new to me, please let me know that you're new to me so I can come and say hello to you. It might be a day or two till I come say hello to you, but I would love to welcome you. I know busy around here lately, but I will watch the replay. Yeah, girl. It's really nice to see you though. I was actually thinking about you the other day. I was like, I haven't seen Macy. I wonder how she's doing. I really was just thinking about you. What was I going to say? Oh, right. I got to go over the things. So we have Diamond Private One-on-One Client. So Private One-on-One Client, you get weekly 50-minute sessions with me. And it includes everything that I'm going to mention now. Then we have the Diamond Mastermind. The Diamond Mastermind, you get monthly Zoom with me and all, like the whole tribe is together and everybody gets coached one-on-one and you get to watch me coaching everybody else. So you're learning the skill of high-level coaching and you're also getting coached. And then we have weekly Q&A, plus we have 3 live events a year. So you get access to all of that. Plus you get access to every single online program that I ever run. Even the high-end ones, even the $16,000 ones, you get access to everything. Then we have the most insane thing, which is the Hi Bridget. Then we have the All Access Pass, which is brand new. I was sneakily giving it out on the back end to a few people, but I hadn't offered it to the public till recently. And it's literally access to every single program that I run. The Diamond Mastermind investment is $2K a month. The All Access Pass is $1K a month. That is it. So literally the $500 programs, the $2,000 programs, the upcoming Life on Fire, that program is $3,333. You get access to that. You get access to everything. The $16,000 programs, everything. You do not get any one-on-ones with the you just get access to the whole entire program, every program that I run while you are in the All Access Pass. It is a 12-month commitment for the All Access Pass because obviously you're getting massive amounts of value and I want you to do out the work. And then we also have one-off calls. So if you're interested in a one-off call, I have 60-minute or 90-minute one-off calls. If you ever want to book those, $750 and $1,000 respectively. And we have the live event coming up as well. Oh, thank you, Amy. I feel your expansive heart. It does feel super expansive right now. Hi, Amy. Yeah, it feels like I'm just in love with you guys tonight. That's the truth. I'm so glad you picked up on that, Amy. You weren't even here when I said that. Oh, you're such an intuitive little girl. I love you, Amy. I really do. And then we have the live event in Sarasota, August 22nd and 23rd. It's going to be absolute fire. It was already going to be amazing, but all the breakthroughs I just had are only going to contribute what I'm bringing to the table for you guys. I just can't wait to bring all of this for you guys. So that is November 22nd and 23rd in Sarasota. And just PM me if you're interested in that. Incredibly affordable. The intention of the live event is to hang out, fill our souls, have some girl time together, guy time too. If any guys are welcome, they're more than welcome. Right now it's all girls. And then, have dinner together, have some drinks together, but then we're going to get to work and we're going to have fun when we do it. We're going to bond. We're going to fill our souls big time. but we're going to get to work and we're going to bust through any limiting pattern you have right now. So basically anything that's you can't get yourself to do. You've been trying, but you can't get yourself to do it, or you can't get yourself to stop doing. So whether it's wine or it's, up for the Facebook Lives, or it doesn't matter. Either one of those sides of the pattern, that's we're going to work through right there, right then and there. And it's experiential, so it's really going to get locked in too. You're not going to leave and wonder why you can't do it again. I've gone through this so many times. You're going to leave with the pattern shifted. You bring so much value and love. Oh, thank you, Bridget. You guys are so sweet tonight. I love you. I'm so receptive to all the love tonight. So those are the offers. If you're interested in anything, and yes, people usually ask, yes, with private one-on-one coaching, the Diamond Mastermind, or the All Access Pass, you get access to the program coming up, Life on Fire. So with any of those, you do get access to Life on Fire. All Access Pass is a 12-month commitment. And the live event is November 22nd and 23rd. I think that's everything. Oh, it's interesting to talk with my brain being so scrambled right now. It's good. So I hope this served you guys very well. If you have any questions about the event or the brain scramble or what I'm talking about or being naked in front of the whole planet, any of these things, just let me know. Just ask in the comments. I love to support you guys, and any insights that I can give you on what this feels like before you've walked it out is only going to serve you and support you to being more courageous and more brave at those moments. Like, I would have loved for somebody to describe what it feels like at those moments and to know, like, no, that's what it's supposed to feel like. That's normal. Like, that would have been amazing. It still would have been hard though, right? Like, it still requires courage, even if somebody tells you. But I did have a girl one time look me dead in the eye and tell me, like, it's so incredible on the other side of this. And she was talking about basically pushing through the fear. And I saw the confidence and commitment in her eyes, and I believed her. And it did help me. It supported me. I took massive action after that. So sometimes it does matter to have someone that you can sense is just in integrity and just being honest and giving value. And they tell you, like, no, it's not a sales pitch. It's not a freaking, way to find significance. This is it. Like, this is the path to creating your dream life and to being lit up and to bringing your value to the world. Like, this is really what it looks like, and this is what it feels like. And not very many people are going to step into it. And that's been on my heart heavy at this, even here, it's like, you really get a sense to see, I'm not going to get into why, but there's been things that happen that I can see, like, there's people that aren't going to do it. They're just not going to step in. They're not going to be willing to be that uncomfortable. They're not going to be willing to have that level of faith. They're not going to do the work. And that's what it is, right? You're so welcome, Gina. Okay, so if you're interested in any of those, just PM me. I will get back to you. If you're interested in Life on Fire, we start November 12th. I'm so excited. And yes, we will be working through money stuff directly as well. Somebody just sent a message I saw pop up. And if you have any questions about what I'm talking about, just drop in the comments below. I love you so much. Have a fantastic night. I'm going to go take care of my throat now. Okay, guys, love you. Oops.